All right, guys, so today we're going to be comparing the IKO Dynasty shingle to the GAF Timberline HDZ shingle. So let's get started. All right, guys, so the first category that we are going to compare these two shingles on is the weight of the shingle. This is super important because during wind events, the uplift of the shingle can be affected by the sealant, but also by the weight of the shingle. So a heavier shingle is harder to blow off than a lighter shingle. And in this category, the Dynasty definitely wins out. It is a heavier shingle, and so the wind uplift pressures don't get to it as much as they do the Timberline HDZ. So in this category of weight, the Dynasty definitely wins out. The next category is the nail zone. So on shingles, there is a strip in the middle. On architectural laminate shingles, there is a strip in the middle in which you have to nail in that zone for it to perform correctly. If you nail it high, it'll just go straight through the shingle most of the time. If you nail it low, it's going to affect the way that the shingles work together. It's going to pull out. It's going to have nail pops. It's going to have slides, all that kind of stuff. So in this category, we base the nail zone on how wide it is, meaning how much of a margin of error do your installers have when they are installing these two different shingles. And for this category, it goes to the Timberline HDZ. The Timberline HDZ has the largest nailing zone in the industry. It does give the installers definitely a wider margin of error, so that when they are going with their nail gun, they don't have to be extremely precise, and they can still get it in the zone in which it won't be high or low nailed. The next one is the the pull test, and for this category, we are talking about the pull strength of the nail out of the shingle. So the back of the IKO Dynasty has a strip that gives it a little bit of the extra strength. The Timberline HDZ does not have that currently. So in this category, the pull test goes to the IKO Dynasty. The nail zone on the Timberline HDZ is bigger, but where you nail the shingle is stronger on the Dynasty than it is on the Timberline HDZ. So the next category is coverage. Coverage means how much coverage on the roof do you get for a bundle of shingles. The Dynasty has a really cool feature called a true square, meaning that one bundle is 33 1/3 of a square. So 3 bundles equal a square. You get one exact square with this size shingle. With the Timberline HDZ, it's a little bit smaller, and so with your 3 bundles, you don't actually get a full square, meaning over the entire year of a installer installing shingles, or just more specifically on your roof, you're gonna need more bundles of shingles to get the same amount of coverage. And that can add up in a lot of dollars for companies like us that are buying the shingles, and it can also add up for homeowners who are having to purchase more bundles of shingles to get the same amount of coverage. So for coverage, the IKO Dynasty definitely wins out. The next category is granulate loss, and this one is kind of tough because it really depends on where you're at, and the research that I did, the part of the country you live in, the climate that you live in, how often do you have windstorms, how often do you have hailstorms, all of that kind of stuff, factors into granulate loss. So it was tough to kind of call it for this one, but basically in the reviews that I went over and just in my own experience in seeing both of these shingles, both in tearing them off and installing them, we gave the granulate loss win to the Timberline HDZ. So over time, you're going to have a little bit better performance of the granulate staying on the shingle for the long term with the Timberline HDZ than you have with the Dynasty, but it was very, very close. The next thing is the warranty. So this one is definitely the GAF Timberline HDZ. The warranties offered by this one for certified contractors are a little bit higher than what the Dynasty offers. So the warranty, you have an infinite wind speed warranty, meaning that it's rated as hard as the wind can blow. You have a 25-year stain guard warranty. You have a 50-year limited lifetime, and that's non-prorated. Over here, you have some of the same stuff, but it's prorated after a certain amount of time. And so in my opinion, the warranties on the HDZ are, the manufacturer's warranties at least, are superior. And the final category is reputation. So reputation, we took into account, what we hear in the industry, other reviews from roofers, other reviews from manufacturers, class action lawsuits, all that kind of stuff. So in the defense of the IKO Dynasty, a lot of the class action lawsuits that you saw against IKO were from a particular shingle that they manufactured is no longer manufactured, and most of it has been replaced and is out of the market. In the last couple of years, IKO has really reinvented themselves. They vertically integrated all of their manufacturing for all the components. So they have quality control checks in-house, and they've really stepped their game up as far as the products they're putting out. So I had to give the win to Timberline, HDZ, and GAF because, just over, let's say, the last decade, you haven't seen the type of issues with any of the HDZ products that are with any of the GAF products that you have seen with the IKO products. But that being said, I want to give this caveat. We are just as confident installing IKO Dynasty as we are HDZ, and that's because of how much IKO has put into revamping their product, rebranding their company, and making sure that they are actually offering one of the top shingles in the industry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that it'll help you when you're buying your next roof, no matter who you're buying it from. If you could consider giving us a follow on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on Facebook, that's at Big Time Roof LLC. We also publish a lot of content just like this on our YouTube once a week. So head on over to Big Time Roof LLC on YouTube and give us a subscribe. Any of the videos you watch, hit that bell so it can help us out in the algorithm. I hope you guys have a great day.